Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to the Tyrolean Alps here on Farming Simulator 17. I'm just running this combine back up to the farm so that it is up there out of the way. I've got the Buhrer back at the farm, and we've also got our new Linder that we bought as well, the GeoTrack. And today the plan is, one, we're going to start doing some ploughing down in the field just behind us, and then two, I also want to get to the fields up the top, and I want to buy some of the new animals. I'm not that concerned. We've already got some of the other animals. We've got a couple of pigs, we've got some cows, we've got some sheep, but we don't have, there's two lots of new animals. There's alpine cattle and there's alpine sheep. I want to get both of them. I want to get them on this map, and I want to start having a look at them. Now, mostly, we're going to be focusing on cows for this series, however long this series lasts. We're going to stay now on this map until FS17 comes out. So, this is it. This is our final map right here. We will stay here, and I'm not actually planning to be doing crossover between the two. So, you know, once FS19 is there, this one will finish up, and then that'll be that. That's the end of FS17. We'll be moving on to the brand new game. Now, I'm just going to bring this one in round here, and we'll back up down there. As long as we don't back up off the edge, we should be alright. There's some very steep fields around here, though, isn't there? Extremely steep fields. Let's lower that one down. Oh, that's what I meant to do. I meant to get rid of the manual attaching mod because I don't really like it. Still, never mind. We'll do that next time. I knew there was something I was meant to do before I started up today, and I couldn't for the life of me remember what it was, and it would appear that that's what it was. Right, so the Linder here, this is the one that we want to be going up into the mountains with. It's small, it's compact, and it's going to be perfect for taking food and everything else that we want up to the top. We have got, at the moment, and if we have a look in here, we've got some grains. We've got some wheat, some barley, we've got canola, we've got everything that we could possibly want. We've even got potatoes as well. And that's from the sawmill and stuff. That one is there. So we'll carry on through here. Now, we've got our loan here. He's got a loan. I'm going to repay the loan for him. That's one of the great perks of, you know, AGCO coming along and help the farmer out, is that we will repay off at early loans. So we've got 4 pigs right there. Their health is on 80%. I don't know why it's on 80%. It should be on more than that. I'm sure of it. We've got 20 sheep there. They're doing really well. They've got some water. They've got hay and so on and so forth. And then we've got cows over here. We need to deal with some power food for them. But the alpine sheep and the alpine cattle, we don't have any of them. Those are the ones that we're going to buy. Now, there is an animal dealership on this map, but you can also just buy them direct. You can buy each of the animals direct. But there's an animal dealership all the way up here. Problem is, that's a very long way to have to go, and there isn't like a shortcut that we can take, or at least I haven't seen one, that goes up through here. I think we've got to come up this way, up behind the farm, up through here, and then down and alongside the lake. There was a bit of a track going this way, but I wasn't able to find anywhere else that it went. I mean, we can go over, we'll jump over here a minute, and we will have a look. We'll see what we can find, because we got this one here, and we can install the new system there. So we've got the water system there. We're on day 1 at the moment, so we can get that water system. And you've got these tracks, and these tracks are kind of the clues as to where we can go and how we can get there. And I'm assuming that this one will run down the bottom of the hill down here, and it'll follow this stream along. We'll go all the way down through this valley here, and we get out down the bottom. There was a bridge down there. We sort of approached this from the other end, and then we decided that we were going to go and get the quad bike instead. But we never actually walked up along here. But I didn't see where the other end of it went. Now, this is going to be the big question. We'll come down here, go across the bridge, and right, we've got a track that heads down the valley. There's one that goes up that way, which I don't think is going to actually go anywhere useful. If you have a look here, I think that all that track is going to do, that one's going to just go up through there, and go around here and come back again. I don't think there's any track up across the mountain or anything up there. We can always go and have a look a little bit later and see if there is anything. But there's this one here that we want to follow, and what I'm hoping is that this one will actually come out down at the bottom, because what we can do then, if it does come out down here, is we'd be able to get a trailer and bring cattle up here. Except, would this bridge be strong enough to hold up a tractor? I'm doubtful. I'm very doubtful as to whether we could actually hold up a tractor on that bridge. We'll have to have a look. We'll see about that. I think it might, but I'm not really sure. It's obviously gonna have to be like a small trailer, isn't it? So we come. Wow. Okay. A lot of narrow points on this. I mean, I think we can get. I do think we can get through, but it could be a bit touch and go here in places. So we're coming back down. Wait a minute. I'm coming down to the back of the farm. Ah. Right, well, that's our own route, that is. That's our own route down to the back of the farm. The animal dealership all the way up here, there's no route to get through by the look of it. We've got to go all the way up this road, and that is a very long way. So, rather than worrying about that, I think what we'll do is we're going to take this one. Actually, no, we're not going to take this one first. I will move it out the way, because it is in the way at the moment. We'll move this one back. Just over here a minute. There we go. And we will get the Buhrer. If we can. There we go. We'll take this one. Do we have any front weights? That's the next question. Do we have a front weight here? Because if we don't, we're going to need a front weight. There's the basketball. I knew the basketball was here somewhere. I didn't actually manage to get a hoop yesterday. I want to... Oh, nope, round the back. Okay, that's brilliant. Ooh. I did it! I'm stuck here forever now. Oh, I got it. I got it. Come here. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. I want to go like that. No! So close. I am determined. I've done this before, but this one seems a bit different. Right, let's try... Nope, that's too high. It's gone up and over. Alright, let's try this again. We'll try it from this way. Go over here. And fire. So close. It bounced off. It actually bounced off. I can do this. I know I can do this. Let me try. Nope. Don't. Stop. Right. Is this tanker is in the way. This is what's causing me the problem. Oh, that was much better. That was much better. I'm getting close to this every time. Oh, I thought that was going to go in. It kind of bounced towards in the right direction-ish, didn't it? Please. I need to do this now. I've started this. I need to do it. That didn't go in either. Right, how can I do this? I got an idea. Right, I'll come up here. Like, okay, I was going to try and jump up onto there, but that didn't work so well. No, come back. Got it. Okay, here we go. Yes! I did it! Okay. Enough. No, I don't want to hear anything about cheating. I don't want to hear any comments about cheating. It was a totally legitimate score. Okay? It's enough. I jumped and I dunked it. That's all you need to know. Say, we don't want to hear any more about it. We're going to move on now. We have other things that we need to do. Okay? Right. Good. I'm glad. Everybody understands? Everybody's happy. We'll say no more about it. Now, where is our front weights? Have we not got any? We've got all of this gear here, but we don't have front... We need a front weight. We need a front weight for that Buhrer, because this plough is too heavy for that Buhrer without a front weight. I'll tell you that for nothing. It's too heavy for that one. Now, we've got some of the grass machinery in here. Nope, there's no front weight here. Right, well, what we're going to have to do is we get our stuff delivered. That's what we do on this farm. This is how it works. So we're going to go let's go... Actually, I'm going to go with this one. I haven't done this one for ages. So the Buhrer is kind of that colour. We'll buy that one there. Right, the main reason I don't really use this one is because it hangs down quite low, and it does have this habit of getting caught on things. But hopefully we can work around that. Now, next we want to go here, and I think it's that one, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so we go to there, and then I go and I click on that front weight right there, and I reset that one there. That'll reset back to the yard. I get rid of those now. Okay, and go and get you. Okay, great. It's tipped it over. Does that mean I'm not going to be able to pick this thing? Hopefully I can still pick it up. These front weights can be a little bit of a nuisance when they've fallen over. You can't actually get to them and pick them up properly. Right, let's try resetting that one again. This could take a while. Right. If I zoom right in, can I see it? I'm sat right on top of it. There we go. Right. Reset. Yes. Okay. There we go. Right, now we've got that one there. We come in very carefully so that we don't knock the thing over. Oh, no, I've got manual attaching, haven't I? That's why it's being difficult. There we go. Right, and also that's why I don't like to use it very much, because of the... See how low it is to the ground? Really? Oh, that's why it's low to the ground, because I've got to lift it up because of manual attaching. I really don't like manual attaching. I should have remembered, but still, it's okay. It's going to be fine. We don't need to do too much attaching in this episode. We'll bring that one back around there, and we'll hook this one on. And I was thinking about doing some muck spreading to start with as well, but I'm sort of thinking, actually, maybe we should. Oops, no, I need to go there, like that. Maybe we should do some muck spreading. Maybe that would be a good idea. There we go. We've got the plough on. Muck spreading. Do we? Because we've got a bit of manure down there in front of the Kramer. We could go down. We could spread manure on the field down the bottom, and then we could plough it up afterwards. And that would actually make more sense. That's the sort of thing that you would actually do on a small farm. And then we'll deal with the animals after that. I think, yes, okay, you've persuaded me. That's what we're going to try and do. So we'll leave that one there. And as that one's already hitched in, we'll leave him just as he is. So we're going to use this one for doing a muck spreading. And I've got an idea for the muck spreader that I wanted to use. If the mod is here, it should be. I'm hoping it is. It's a little one that I've seen. I was just sort of going through the list. That one there's all right, but I have had game crashes with that one, so I don't really want to use it. We've got these various... That one right there. Pottinger. Little 7,000 litre capacity, so it's not very big. It's got an 8 metre spread on it. But it seems perfect. Standard, and then you've got extension boards there, which actually increase the capacity on it. I don't know how much that increases it to. 12,000 euros. We're going to buy it. We're not going to lease it. That one is going to be a permanent addition to the farm. There we go. And then we will go into here and we will reset it back to the farm, because we're not going all the way up there for every vehicle and bringing them back here. So it's just going to be something that we do. We'll just say that stuff is being delivered to the farm. This particular job is not going to require a front weight. So we don't need to worry ourselves about that, because it's quite a small muck spreader that we're getting. We've actually already got a muck spreader. I didn't sort of think about that. We've got the Farm Tech one right there. I'm looking right at it now. Okay, I didn't realise we had one. We've got that one right there, which is an 8,000 litre capacity. We will sell that one. And we will stick with this other one that we've got. So let's... No. I don't want to sell that one. That one there. We'll sell that one. Yes. Okay. Bye-bye. Right. So we've sold that one just because we've got this other new one. And I'd rather have this one. Just try this one out. See what it's like. And... yeah, it's... I don't know why. I just prefer the look of this one. It looks pretty good. Especially with the extension boards on it. It's actually got quite a big capacity by the look of it. I don't know if it's going to be the 8,000 that the other one was, or if it's going to be more or less or what. I don't really know at the moment. So we'll move this one on round. Past the guy with the awesome trousers.
And if we bring this one out to here, it's going to be our first. I'm going to put some lights on the tractors just because it'll work a little bit better for us. There, and we want you. There, let's get some lights going on here. There we go, that's much better. Now we can actually see what we're doing. Let's bring you in here. So we know that this, this bucket on this thing is very small capacity. A very low capacity bucket, this one is. 1,800 litres is not ideal. It'll be fine. We'll bring that one in around like that. Is it me, or is it like a tiny little bit slippery in here? Or it might be the weight of the 1,800 litres in this machine here, because I know we are working on a little bit of a hill. Also, this one does have the four-wheel steer on it, which we could be just sort of spinning around a little bit more than I'm used to. That one in round. It seems alright, actually. It might just be me imagining things. Okay, so we've put 1,800, and it was 18%. So this will be 36%, I'm guessing. 33%. 37. Yeah, so it looks like the capacity of it, when you put the extension boards, that goes up to 10,000 litres that we can carry in there, which is quite a substantial amount of dung. That's not bad going, really, as far as dung is concerned. I don't know how far it's going to spread on the field. We'll find that one out in a minute. I'm just going to finish loading this one up, and then we can get down and start spreading. Got all the manure you could possibly want on this map. We start off with 150,000 litres right there, which is more than what you could possibly need for doing everything that you want to do. So we'll scoop that little bit up there. I don't know if it's changed very much yet. Am I even taking it? I'm assuming that is the cattle heap right there that I've taken it from. I reckon the number on our glance mod in the top left-hand corner, that is... I don't reckon that updates instantly. It does with the trailers. There we go. Right, we've now filled up the pottinger. It is going to be interesting to see if the spreader, how many loads we're going to need to be able to finish off the field down there. So I'm just going to pick that up and hold it. Oh, there we go. We're down to 139,000 now in the heap of manure. And go and grab you. Okay, let's head down the hill. 10,000 litres of dung. I reckon weight on that, probably looking about 5 tons, I reckon. That would be my guess. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe 4 tons. It's not normally that heavy. I mean, it does depend entirely on just how well rotted it is and how moist it is. Because, you know, sometimes dung is quite dry. Sometimes it's very wet stuff. And it's not very good at all. So it would really depend, I guess. Not really sure. But that would be my guess. Between 4 and 5 tons of manure that we've got in there. Something like that, with the extensions up on the sides. So it is a fair weight, but I mean the tractor that we've got is quite strong. What is the horsepower? I can't remember what it is on this Linder. We got... Because we took... Well, I'm assuming that we got the extension, any upgrades. There is no upgrades. Right, so it's a 100 horsepower tractor. 100 horsepowers, okay? Never forget that 100 horsepower is actually very strong. That is quite a substantial amount. I mean, we always do seem to forget just how much 100 horsepower actually is. It is a lot. So we come in here and we immediately start. We've got a whole different texture on this map for manure than we do anywhere else. Steamy stuff, that is. Look at it. Great big steaming pile. And we've got actually a ploughed field right to the edge, but also the grass going down over the hill, that's also ploughed as well. So I'm curious how the hired help is going to cope with that, because we've got the fence in between, whether it's going to try and do anything a bit odd. The manure is going out into the next field. Quite slow going up the steeper bits of the hills, but it's still working. It's still coping with it. Also, ploughing. That's going to be the other thing. We're wanting to do some ploughing here, and that's going to be
more difficult to like lay out the edges of it. That's going to be interesting, that is. We'll see how that works. So I want to do a couple rounds around the outside before we start trying to worry about land work on this. So we'll bring that one up round there like that. And we'll sort of do a bit of a tidy up run down here. We're going to need at least 2 loads here, I should think, in order to be able to finish this field. So we'll come down across here. I reckon, actually, we could probably do... Oh, no, I don't want you. I want standard hired help for this one, so we go H like that, and we'll just put that onto normal like that. And then if I press H, we'll let that one run down across there. It should get down to the end. I'm hoping it's not going to try and do anything peculiar on the other edges there. We've got the fence. Ah, good. Right, he's seen the fence there, and he's going to turn around on that one. Plowing. Oh, I see. He's trying to turn round really sharp. Because he can. But he can't turn round really sharp with the wheels. It's confusing it a little bit. But it's coping. It's doing it. There. It's left a little tiny bit of a kink on the front of it. But overall, it's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I am happy with that performance. And also, I like this little Pottinger spreader. It is quite a nice little spreader. The hired help is a little bit peculiar with the way that it's trying to do its turning round and stuff, but we can live with that. We can sort of cope with that bit. 4,000 litres left. Are we going to do this whole field? I don't think we are. I think that we're going to end up having to do one more load. But that's alright. Just one more load will be fine. The ploughing, I think we'll do a couple rounds around the outside, and then I'm hoping that the hired help will take over and the rest of this field can be done on hired help. We're not going to have to worry about it. Now, that's going to be the problem, is it's going to come up against stuff like that. It's just going to go up against the trees and things. So we're going to have to make sure we've got plenty of room for the Buhrer to be able to get through. So if I go along here a minute, just start spreading there, put that bit out onto it like that, and then we'll come back up here, go like that. That's about right, I think. There. Is this... Oh, it's got multi-angle terrain on this one. You have to make sure that you get it lined up right. There, I think that's lined up right. No, that's not even close to lined up right. It's the thing, multi-angle terrain can be good, but if you're trying to do hired help and then you try and set off again, it can be a little bit tricky to get it lined up correctly so that it sort of keeps working and keeps spreading evenly. That is the one big problem I've always had with the multi-angle terrain. Now what are you doing? Yeah, see? There's a little bit that we missed a tiny little strip up there, and now it's trying to go back over and do that little bit again. We don't have enough to finish this field, but we're not going to need a full trailer load for the second lot. We're only going to need... Well, I'll tell you what, I'll fill it all up anyway, and then we can just park the muck spreader back with muck in it. You wouldn't do that, by the way. You don't ever leave a muck spreader just parked up full for ages, because what it does is the manure is actually very acidic, and it very quickly will rot through the metalwork. It just eats it through. It really does. It eats it through fast. So one of the spreaders like this, they've got the bed chains in the bottom. They very quickly... if they rust and they break, you've then got to dig everything out in order to be able to repair the bed chain. You wouldn't leave this one full. That's just not something that you would do. So let's head back up this way. We can get this one filled back up again. I think we'll just do half. We'll do 4 bucketfuls. Maybe only 3 bucketfuls. We're not going to put loads in. So we'll do a few bucketfuls in there. I'm not quite sure how many. And then we can put the... get the rest of that done, so that job's finished. Then we can get the Buhrer down there and start that one ploughing. That'll plough in the manure that we've just spread onto the field, And then our next job is to go with a mower and mow a bit of... Well, actually, we can't, can we? Of course we can't. We can't do that yet. We can't do any mowing until we've got some grass. And so I think in order to get grass, we've got to get the second day of spring. Because I think with seasons, the first growth stage comes between day 1 and day 2. I think it does. It might not. No, I think it does. I think the first growth stage goes then, so we'll have a light cut of grass that we can take, just to be able to do a bit. So let's just park you up there a second. Actually, we'll go forward a bit more than that. There we go. Right. Climb out if I can. Get around those wheels. Climb onto you. See, where we've been working at the moment, it's not too bad. It's not all that steep down in that field. So, like the dual wheels. Maybe it wouldn't have been essential to that little bit. Let's zoom in a bit there. They maybe wouldn't have been absolutely essential to that bit of field. But a lot of the land that we're going to be working on, dual wheels are going to be absolutely essential. And you just wouldn't consider doing it without them. So we're going to keep the dual wheels on all the time. That's going to be sort of a standard thing that we do, I think, for this series. Everything's going to have the dual wheels. Maybe we could occasionally take them off for a task, but for the most part, no. These dual wheels will stay on, nice and safe, and we haven't got to worry about anything. So I'm going to put one more bucket full in there, and then we'll take this little lot back down to that field, and we can carry on and just finish off the last of it. There we go, take you. And if we do need any more after that, I think we'll just sort of leave it. We won't worry about it, because it's only going to be like maybe a bucket full, and I don't want to leave this one with loads of stuff left in it. It's going to feel wrong if I leave a load of stuff left in the spreader. That's why I don't want to do that. So we'll bring this one up here. So what's that patch right there? Oh, hang on a minute. Ah, no. Is that something to do with the chickens? That little square there. I don't know. What if I press F1 a minute? It's just saying enter at the moment. Maybe it was something to do with the chickens, but it doesn't seem to be anything to do with the chickens. Alright, let's go back down to the field, get this last little lot spread on there, and then we can get the plough down there, and we can start doing some work with the plough. Straight in onto this bit here. And away we go. We're not going to need anywhere near a half a spreader full. We're going to need probably one bucket full. That's all we're going to end up using, is one bucket full. Although we do have the strip further down that we want to do something to. I'm not going to bring the ploughing up closer to the road, although it would be tempting to do it because the land is there, sort of available to use almost. I'm still not going to do it. I don't think it would be right, so we won't do it. So there's that bit done, and that was indeed about one bucket full, but I've got that little bit there that I want to do, and then I can come over here, and I've got the one last little strip up through. I know I've got another patch over there, but more importantly is this one. We've got this strip down through here, so if we cover this up, then we've done it. We've actually spread the whole field properly. We haven't skipped any corners. We've done a good job. We can give ourselves a pat on the back and say, well done. So there we go. And all of that down there, that's really steep ground there, but we now own that. That's ours. We bought that. That's part of this field here, I think. So I believe we own all of that down there. I think it was part of this field, actually. I mean, if we look on the map, I'm not... So I'm looking at number 3 there. Let's jump out a minute. I'm pretty sure that this is ours. See, we can come down here, down the side here, and we could actually do some mowing along here. This is the kind of land where you would want your dual wheels on. This is definitely the sort of land that you'd want your dual wheels. And you see the lift there? You got the alpine lift. Now, those are actually used in the mountains. I've seen video footage of these being used. They gather the hay up and they put it into like a big net right down the bottom down there. They'd gather it down there, and then it would get taken all the way up the top. And what they very often do with these really steep meadows is they use the two-wheel tractors, or even just do it by hand, that use the two-wheel tractors to go along, and they scythe it all off. And they used to use one called an Allen scythe. Slightly different now, but same principle. It's still a two-wheel tractor. And they go along, they turn this into hay, and then the hay is all sort of bundled up down, further down, and it's sort of rolled down the hill to be gathered up. Some of it is gathered up by tractors and machines like that, and other of it is they still use these. That they take that down the bottom, and they put the hay into a great big net, and then they fasten it onto there, and then it gets dragged up through. They radio up, and the winch goes up, and it carries the big bundles of hay all the way back up the mountain, so that they don't have to drive up and down with them. Very, very cool, actually. If you get a chance to go and have a look at the videos of it in operation, it's well worth it. I'd recommend you do that. So I'm going to take this one back up, and we're going to park this one up somewhere so that it's ready to use somewhere else. I'm not quite sure where we're going to use it, but we'll think of something. And in the meantime, we will then go and get, well, after that, I should say, after that, we will go and get the Buhrer, and we will, yeah, we've got the plough on. I was going to say we get the plough on, but we've already got the plough on the Buhrer, so we'll bring the Buhrer down here and we'll start ploughing. We're going to need to do a couple rounds around the outside, so anybody that doesn't like seeing me go around corners with a plough, you're going to have to shut your eyes for part of it. And then hopefully the hired help will take over, and we'll just plough in between what we sort of set out there on our lines. Certainly slows him down coming up the hill here. Right, I'm going to leave that tractor right there. It's nicely parked up there, and it's out of the way. And we are going to switch over to this one. Put that plough up there. Now, does this one fold and unfold? It doesn't. It just has the rotation like that. There, but it doesn't have like a fold or unfold or anything like that. Let's turn our lights on here. So we're going to run this one down to that meadow, and we're going to start work on a bit of ploughing. Now, it's quite heavy on the back. It's fairly light on the steering. I'm thinking that maybe this front weight that I picked out wasn't quite enough for this job. I'm sure it'll be alright. We've just got to go a little bit slow when we go around the corners, I think, because there is a lot of weight on that plough on the back. But once we get the thing into the ground, I think it'll be okay. I don't think we're going to need to worry about it. So I'll bring that one round there. I'm actually going to... I was going to say I could turn it over, but no, I'm not going to. I'm going to start it from... Actually, where am I going to start it from? I'm going to start it from here, I think. Bring that up there. And we'll start it about here, right on this corner. There. Right. Lower you down. And bring that in right round like that. There we go. Nice sharp corner to start everybody off with. Round that great big stone there. And then we'll just carry on with this and hope that it's all going to sort of come out in the right place. I don't know if this isn't all ploughed ground here. We have got ploughed ground up against this fence here, so we don't want to go too tight to that one. Just sort of, well, actually, that's about as tight as we're going to get to it. We'll run down the side of the fence down here. So I'm thinking we'll probably want to do a couple rounds around the outside in order to make this work, and then once we've done, actually it's going to need to be more than that, isn't it, because this isn't the biggest of ploughs. So probably 3, maybe even 4 rounds, so that we've got enough room to be able to turn properly, and then we'll put the standard hired help going with it, and that one will carry on and do all the rest of the job. So you can see it's actually field right up to the edge of the road up there, and we don't want to be going that close to it. It's not field all the way there. There's that little patch there in the middle of the grass, but most of this is actually field that goes right up to the edge of the road. It's interesting the way they've done that, and it's also sort of creates a little bit of a challenge in order to stay inside the actual field boundaries. It makes it a bit more interesting for everything that you need to do with, like, when you're doing any of the work, because you know, like in real life, it's actually easy to go outside the lines.
in real life. When you're driving around the edge of the field, it is entirely possible to go outside the lines. You don't have some sort of magical force field that stops you from ploughing too far or anything like that. And it's something that I feel that we do come to rely on in this game. And so it's interesting coming to a map where you don't have that. There's no option for having the lines keep you safe. You've got to make sure you stay inside your own lines. And that's the other thing I'm quite curious about with FS19. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen there are predefined fields with, you know, all of the different areas that are coming, but the way that we have our farms is you go and buy an area of land. You don't just buy the individual field, like the land's divided up into chunks. Are we still going to have the allow or create fields thing, so you've got specified field boundaries, or is it going to be more like this where it's just kind of open and so you've got to do the work yourself? I'm guessing not like this though. When you think about that, that's going to make it extremely difficult for hired help. They're just going to carry off into the wild blue yonder, and you're not really going to want that, and I can't see them doing that. I mean, yes, there are plenty of people that want realism, and that would be realism, but let's be honest, this game does also have to appeal to people that are not so fussed about realism, and children who are just not going to want to have to sort of deal with a complicated system like that. So I would guess that the whole allow or create fields type situation that we have at the moment is something that is going to be staying. And I don't think it's going to be sort of like this where you've got fields already. The whole thing is like one big field. But I'm curious. Tell me in the comments below. What do you think would be better? Do you think it would be better to have the entire map just as an existing field, and you've got to set your own boundaries on it? Or do you like the system that they've got in place at the moment? Because I can see merits for both, but honestly, I think that having everything as one great big field, it does make life more difficult. It makes life a lot more difficult. I mean, yeah, if you can put fences down, like this fence along here, and they've got proper collisions and they'll read the collisions, that's fine. I can cope with that. But if you haven't got fences down, that's going to make it very, very difficult. Extremely so. So yeah, what are your views on that particular subject? Would you like to see a much more open sort of interpretation of field boundaries? So if you don't have fences down, the hired help is likely to just keep going and going and going without ever stopping until they eventually come to a tree that's like a mile away from where you started them? Or would you prefer to kind of keep pretty much the system that we've got in place at the moment? Very interested to hear what you've got to say on that one. I'm going to do one more round around the field, I think, and that should be enough, and then we'll set the hired help going on this, and we'll see how he gets on, or she, depending on who turns up for the job, with just doing a little bit of gentle ploughing. And if that's all okay, if that sort of all works fine, then our next task is going to be, well, actually our next task really is to go and get our new animals. That's what we're going to want to do next. But before we can do that, we're going to need to fast forward time, so that we've got some grass that we can go and cut for them. So we'll set the mowing, we'll set the plough going, and then we'll fast forward time through until morning tomorrow, and just leave the plough going. They're going to be working overnight. Whoever comes to work for us is going to be doing some long hours. Hope they don't mind. I'll bring that one in around there like that, and I know I said I was going to do another round or two, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to go like that. Hired help like that. Let's turn you on to just standard hired help. And we'll start going up across the field. I want to make sure that I've got this one lined up fairly straight. That's not straight, but I think it's probably straight enough. There. H. Right, it's missing bits. There's little dips in the field there. That's why it's missing bits. There's little tiny dips just in the middle there somewhere. We'll have to go back over and worry about that afterwards. So our hired help is a she. She is
I don't know what's traditional names in where are we? We're in the Alps. We're in the Austria. What's typical Austrian names? If you could let me know some typical Austrian names, I know what this lady might be called then. I have no idea what typical Austrian names might be. Not a clue. But what we'll do is this one can carry on now. I'm going to start fast forwarding time now, and she's just going to keep going with this plough. She's going to work her way through. She's going to be able to work her way up across the field. It looks like we've got the boundaries have been nicely laid out, and the tractor's not going to try anything funny, going out round or anything like that. So this one can just keep going until this job is done. And then we'll be able to get the cultivator in here, and she can go and cultivate it all. And the second day of spring is because I said that we were going to do wheat in this field. We're just going to keep it nice and simple. We'll plant a bit of wheat. It's not up to 5 degrees yet, but we are above 3. We'll plant wheat in here. So second day of spring is fine for planting wheat. There's no problem with that at all. We've got 1 day per third of the season. So we've got 3 days altogether for the whole of spring. So the second day of spring, that's going to work out just fine. We can do that. We'll forecast some rain tomorrow. That's not brilliant. And it may affect our ability to get grass in for our new cows that we're going to be getting. But we'll have to worry about that tomorrow, I think. Anyway, I'll let this keep fast forwarding through time. We have run out of time for today's episode. So if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. And we're stuck. Oh, no. Decided to correct it. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.